It was fine, negotiated at $26,000 a door. I believe the number was approximately $5 million. So what he did is he just scraped fellow family and friends along with vendors and was able to pull this all together and acquire this first property back in July of 2015. So right next door, Urban 93 came about, and he purchased that in 2018. Again, acquiring it about the same per unit, a little less, but some capex into it, close to about $5 million again. So in 2018, he partnered with Peter Thomas. Peter Thomas, many of you know, our great Canadian friend, and that's what brought me to Urban Communities. And Peter and Max decided, let's start launching a fund. And this is where many of you came in Fund 1. We can't thank you enough. So in 10 months, we raised $20 million and funded our first fund we'll talk about those properties in a sec. But with this, 2 years later, we followed this mission. And with this acquisition, the first acquisition, which has just been sold in January of 2022, Urban 188 and 93 sold for a total value of $52 million when the original purchase price was 14.5. And what's unique about this is truly the mission that Max came up with from day one. And it really hits heart. This mission is truly to improve people's lives through the development and redevelopment of sustainable communities, very important, creating value for residents, stakeholders, and society. We haven't talked a lot about socially responsible ESG, but this is truly, as I talk to many investors, and many investors have come in on this fact, they see this is a sustainable community, and this is truly improving people's lives.
So let's start by reviewing what has happened over the last few years. So in 2015 is when I bought the first property, Urban 188. That was a real diamond in the rough. And I would not have seen the diamond without the guidance of my broker at the time, Carl Ebert. But Carl sat me in his car and he drove me around and explained to me all of the things that were happening and things that you could see that were happening, or things that you could not see, but he knew about that were going to happen. So he made me a believer, and here we are. So that was 2015. Later on, we bought Urban 93 next door, also through Carl. And in 2018, by the end of 2018, I joined Peter Thomas, and we created Urban Communities. In 2019, we started Fund 1, and that's when we all got together to buy these properties. In 2020, we started some new funds, and in 2021, Peter decided to retire. So we parted ways. We are still in very good relationship. I consider him a friend, and we started a new board. I decided to ask Carl Ebert, with over 30 years of experience, to come up and give us a little bit of, give meaning to this Phoenix is hot.
This is a graph that we just produced, and the orange bar, the bar chart, is total transaction velocity. And this one for 2021 was $5.4 billion that transacted in Phoenix last year. Now, if you see where the green line and the blue line intersect, the blue line is Phoenix and the green line is the United States. So that's average price per unit. This next slide is average rent per building. The red line is B quality properties. And again, that number is 27% growth. And then the gray line at the bottom is C properties, and that is 22.5% rent growth. And again, that's just in a 12-month period of time. The orange line is Phoenix 3-star, which would be C quality assets. The blue line would be B's and A's, and then the green line is overall average. And as you can see, back in 2017, Phoenix always tracked pretty closely with United States averages. But now that line is now separating, and Phoenix cap rates have really taken a dramatic turn downward. A lot of that is also due to interest rates and really the availability of capital to the greater Phoenix area. So for my last slide, this is the most dramatic for sure. The red line or orange line is Class B, and then the gray line is Class C. And Class C actually took the greatest jump of 42% overall market. So we're hearing anecdotally from on-site managers that people on both sides of the coast are calling up and reserving apartments sight unseen, wiring in the money, taking ownership of that apartment. So it's really a tremendous time to be in the multifamily space.
Let's talk about our properties, about Fund One, and let's do a recap of how things have been going. So Urban 128, which is the property in South Phoenix, Central Avenue, it's 99% complete. We are in the process of getting site approval for these renderings that you see here for another 79 units. Urban 148, renovation is about 75% complete. It's going to be finished sometime in the summer. We might push it a little harder to do it sooner. Right now it's 85% leased. So there's people waiting to go there. And last but not least, we have S29 or Urban 357. So, by the way, this is the largest property. It's 35% complete. So what was Fund One's original proposition to our investors? Well, it was roughly a 36-month hold, and we were going to produce about a 20% IRR or about doubling your money. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that it is time to sell. It is time to realize our investments, and we have a timeline for this. The estimated return to our investors, to all of us, is going to be more than doubling our money. So that's what we should expect. The numbers that you see here, the equity multiples that you see here, is on a deal basis. It's not net to the investors, so it's on a total deal basis. But the investors were very happy on that one as well. And as I think that all of us will be very happy with our properties in Fund One, Urban 128, Urban 148, and S29 or Urban 357. It is our responsibility to always offer something else for you to invest in. We would be failing to what we do if we don't give you that. The conclusion is we're going to be selling these properties by August or September. You're going to make more than 2x on your investment. And we will obviously present more opportunities for you to keep growing with us and to keep helping us grow. So as always, thank you so much, all of you, for your continued trust and support.